Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. I just want to start off by saying, after praising Allah, all praises for Allah. He made us Muslim. He made us from those who could witness this month of Ramadan. He made us of those who were in the masjid in the month of Ramadan. How many Muslims do we see who are outside doing bad things, not even fasting, not praying the Salah? So we've got so much to thank Allah for. Allah could have made us from the poor people who were struggling to make ends meet, who didn't know if they're going to eat tonight. So Allah gave us everything. He gave us the ability, He gave us the tawfiq to come to the masjid, to learn. So all praises for Allah. So what I want to mention just before we start is, Jazakallah khair, you all turned out when I didn't expect that many people. Plus the other thing is, it's a bank holiday. We could be doing other things, enjoying ourselves, but you chose to come to the masjid and try to learn something about Allah's religion. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept that from you, and may Allah put that in your scale on the Day of Judgment. May Allah make that this and means for you to be happy on the Day of Judgment. So I just want to start about speaking about Khushoo and the translation of the Salah. Before I do that, I just want to ask, how many people would dare miss a fast this month of Ramadan? For those who have to fast, nobody. Especially in the Pakistani sort of culture, alhamdulillah, that's a good thing. Nobody dares miss a fast. Nobody is going to miss a fast of Ramadan, which is a good thing. But I want to remind yourselves that who would dare miss a Salah in Ramadan? Don't put your hand up. But who would dare, there's a question for ourselves, who would dare miss a Salah in the month of Ramadan? I'm talking about when we're at work, when we're outside in town, we're doing shopping, we're at work, Asr time has come in, or Maghrib time has come in, depending on what sort of work we do, if we work nights, if we work days. And how many a time do we miss the Salah at our work, or miss the Fajr completely, and then we wake up at 10 o'clock and we don't even read the Fajr. The Maghrib time comes, we eat our food, it's Isha time now, no problem, let's just read Isha, and I'll read my Salah all at the end in one go. This is impermissible. And this, missing the Salah, is a bigger sin than missing the fast of Ramadan. We take Ramadan very seriously, it's very good, but we don't take our Salah as seriously. The Salah is more important than the fast of Ramadan. If we're fasting in the month of Ramadan, we're missing our one Salah on purpose, it's a useless fast. It's a useless fast. And this Salah is so important. Some of the Sahaba said if a person misses his Salah on purpose, just one Salah, he misses it on purpose, he's a kafir. He's not even a Muslim. This is how, and some people will argue and say it was the majority of the Sahaba and it was a consensus of the Sahaba. Some may even argue. Some will argue it was a majority opinion of the Sahaba. Okay? So look at this, how important this is. They didn't say this about fasting, about murder, about interest, about stealing, etc. They said this about the Salah. If a person misses the Salah on purpose, he could be out of the fold of Islam. And we miss it day and night. We go to sleep and we don't put our alarm on and we don't even intend to read the Fajr. This is a big problem. So this month of Ramadan is a time where we can start. If we are of those people who neglect one Salah in the day or neglect two Salah in the day, this is the month where we can accelerate and become good. And the hopes is we carry that on all the way until the end of our life. I know a person who didn't used to read his Salah except the Jum'ah and the Eid, that's it. One Salah in a week and another Salah twice a year. That's all he would do. Ramadan would come, he'd read all his Salah. Ramadan would end, he'd leave his Salah. And then Ramadan would come, he'd get his Salah all together again. Ramadan would end, he'd leave his Salah. And one day, one time Ramadan came, Eid came, and he continued with his Salah. So Ramadan is that blessed month. We can continue. Once we've proven it to ourselves for 30 days, we can read our Salah, we can become a good person. Then why stop on Eid? We can continue for the rest of our life. Now that person, he reads all his Salah in the masjid, including the Fajr. And the Fajr is at 4:15, around that time, and he's there every time, this person. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to be of those people who establish our Salah. So I want to speak about Khushoo in the Salah, because there's a Salah and then there's Khushoo in the Salah. Khushoo is being humble and being submissive in the prayer. The literal meaning of Khushoo, khasha'a, is basically to be humble, to be low, to be submissive, to disappear in the background, to be that low and insignificant. That's what Khushoo is. To be that low and insignificant, we're praying to the Master of the universe. And how should we be? How should we be in our salah? It's a proper concentration. It's to concentrate, to be humble, submissive, to be humble, because we know who we're standing in front of. So is our salah, and I'm talking about myself as well. I'm not perfect, and I'm not an angel. I struggle, I have problems. We try our best to make our next salah a better salah, but we don't want it just to be an empty shell, where we just pray salah like a car with no engine. It's useless. So our salah needs to have an engine inside it. It needs to have the bits so it will move. So what I'm hoping to do is to speak about the Khushoo today, and then go through the word-to-word translation of the salah, because only when we know what we're reading can we concentrate. If I ask you to read a paragraph in French, you can read it, but you don't understand it. What did you gain in that? So it's only when we can understand the salah can we benefit. And alhamdulillah, Sheikh Ismail here, who does some classes in Arabic, you can enroll on them, do that. Nobody asked me to say that, because you'll learn Arabic. Once you learn Arabic, you'll get a connection with the Quran, you'll get a connection with the salah. Rubbish button is going to make it work. I think the battery might be low. Oh, the remote's had enough on them too. I'll use the computer. That's okay. So I just want to start off by defining what a mu'min is. So Allah Ta'ala tells us, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Allah tells us, successful indeed are the believers. We're told in the Quran, successful indeed are the believers. Now who are the believers? Islam comes and defines words for us. Okay, so Allah Ta'ala is going to define who is the believer. Because that person, the believer, whoever this is successful. Is it the person who has the money, the cars, the houses? Or is it who Allah Ta'ala tells us? So what's the first thing Allah mentioned? The first thing Allah mentioned to define who the believers are, those who offer their salah with all solemnity and full submissiveness. Those who have Khushoo in the salah. Those who pray salah but it has meaning, it has impact, he has that humble submissiveness, he's concentrating in his salah. He's concentrating on the words, he's concentrating on knowing that Allah is in front, Allah is watching him, etc. So this is what Allah mentioned first. Successful believer is the one who concentrates in his salah. And then, on those who turn away from dirty, false, vain, idle talk, and those who pay their zakat, and those who guard their chastity. So these are from the definitions of a believer. The first thing I want to just remind you is Allah mentions those who are submissive in the prayer, those who are concentrating in the prayer. We also have another verse, and this is the verse that made me wake up. When I was reading my salah, just like you read your salah, Allahu Akbar, and you're thinking about anything you are, until I read this verse here. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Most of us know this verse. Okay? أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. It's that surah. Okay? فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Allah Ta'ala is saying, so woe be to those who pray. In the Quran, Allah is telling us that those people who pray are cursed. Now you might think, how can that be? Because the Quran tells us to establish the salah. Okay, so many times we can't just take one verse in isolation in the Quran. You have to read the next verse, you have to read the context, etc. And the context is the next verse. الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Those who are careless about their prayers. Those who are unmindful of the prayers. Those who don't care about the prayer. So they're praying, but they're careless about the prayer. And Ibn Kathir, one of the scholars, he mentioned that this curse contains three types of people, as far as I remember. The first person who this verse is talking about, that curse be on the person who prays, is the person who doesn't care about the time of the prayer. He's relaxed about the time. He waits 5 minutes before the next salah, and then he quickly gets up. He's been playing his PlayStation for 5 hours, and there's 5 minutes left for Asr to begin, and he's not ready his Dhuhr, and then he quickly gets up, quickly reads the Farz, and quickly back on the PlayStation. So curse be on that person who is actually praying, who is not really praying properly. Number 2 is curse be on the person who prays his salah, but he's taking shortcuts. He's taking shortcuts. So he didn't do his wudu properly. He didn't even wash his arms properly. He just like a quick splash there and a quick splash there, and a quick zoom on the feet. And he's in the masjid, Allahu Akbar, 200 miles per hour, straight in fifth gear, and he's going through the salah like Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, you can't even say it, and he's back up again. So he's going too quick. He's going too quick. And what happens when we were all younger? What used to happen? We were reading our salah like that, and our parents came in, and then what happened? 2 miles per hour. It became 2 miles per hour, didn't it? Yeah? That's how the salah should be in the start. A slow salah, because we're praying in front of the one who created us and gave us everything. And then the third type of curse, this is the worrying one, is the curse be on the person who in his salah, he's thinking about football, or he's thinking about the latest film that came on, and he's thinking about different things and what he's going to do afterwards, and his whole salah was wasted because he never even tried to think what is he doing in his salah. He never tried to concentrate in his salah. He says Allahu Akbar and he's thinking about the football score, or he's thinking about the next game he's going to load on PlayStation, or different things like this. It makes the salah useless. And the reason why I want to mention this is because maybe our salah, many of our salah is like this, and the hopes is now Ramadan is here, let's get our salah into gear so that it actually counts on the Day of Judgment. Because as we're going to learn, some people's salah won't even count for anything. The Prophet ﷺ said, this is the prayer of the hypocrite. This is the prayer of the hypocrite. This is the prayer of the hypocrite. He sits watching the sun until it is between the two horns of shaitan. Then he stands and pecks 4, and he doesn't remember Allah except very little. So we might have done this many times previously, where we're just sitting down, we're doing nothing, and then the sun, this is talking about Asr for example, Asr time, and we see the sun is coming down, it's gone yellow, it's nearly about to set behind the Pennines, and then we quickly get up and we'll quickly peck 4. We'll quickly just go Allahu Akbar, very quick. The Prophet ﷺ said, that is the prayer of a hypocrite. It's not as though the hypocrite wasn't praying, he's actually praying, but look how he's praying. Now what is our salah like? Is it like this? And that's very serious. A person, and it says at the end, and he doesn't remember Allah except very little. Do we remember Allah at all? So the Prophet ﷺ, so we can use some of these things now, some of these ahadith, some of these things to make us turn on in the salah. We remember that hadith, now we know Allahu Akbar, I don't want to be like that person, so let's try and concentrate. This is another one to make us concentrate. The Prophet ﷺ told us to pray the salah as though it's our last salah. Just imagine, somebody has a gun to your head and he says, you've got 5 minutes, do what you want, you're going to die after that. So you say, okay, I need 5 minutes to read 2 nafil to Allah before I die. And then you say, Allahu Akbar. How is that Allahu Akbar going to be? How is Subhana Rabbiyal A'la going to be? How is Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen going to be when you know in 5 minutes you're going to meet the one you're speaking to? The barrier's been lifted and you're going to go to him. You're praying to him. How is that salah going to be? Another world. It's going to be totally in a different world, on a different planet. So this is one thing we can, and one day it's going to be our last salah. I've just read my Dhuhr now here. How do I know that wasn't my last salah? How do we know one person sitting here, this salah we just read now, how do we know it's not our last salah? And then how do we want that last salah to be? And if it's not our last salah, one day it's going to be. One day there's going to be one salah and it's going to be our last salah. How do we want that salah to be? Because the people are judged by their last actions. So the people are judged by their last actions. If you die doing a sin, it's a problem. If you died reading your salah with proper Khushoo, humbleness to Allah, and then you die after that, how do you think Allah is going to raise you on the Day of Judgment? Inshallah, in a good state. Okay? So remember, try to keep this in your mind. Sometimes I use this hadith and then it turns on, it's a switch in my salah. It turns on and now I'm thinking that I'm going to meet Allah in a bit. So I need to make that salah extra special. There's also another hadith where the Prophet ﷺ, as far as I know, he mentioned, some people may get half of the reward of the salah. Half of the reward of the salah. For some, a third. For some, a quarter, more or less. And some won't get anything in their salah. So a person will say Allahu Akbar, he didn't remember Allah, and for example, he gets nothing in his salah. A person will come here Fajr in the morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock Fajr in the morning, or he wakes up at home to read his Fajr. Now, how hard is it to read Fajr, especially now? You have to get this blanket off you first, and then you have to get out and get into the bathroom and do your wudu first. It's a mission. It's a mission. Now imagine somebody does all that, and he stands up and he doesn't remember Allah, and then he says Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, and he got nothing for it. He got no reward. In fact, we're going to learn, you may even have got punished for it, you may even got sin for it. So how is that? A person, he struggles, strives, he wakes up for Fajr, and then he reads his Salah, and he got nothing. What a waste. Because he didn't concentrate in his Salah. So that's why the Jama'at is the best place to be. Read your Salah in the Jama'at, because your time is guaranteed. It's a good time you're reading in, inshallah. And also, it's much easier praying behind the Imam. The Imam is reciting, you're not reciting, you're listening, and it's much easier to concentrate. Who does the lion attack? Does it attack the buffalo that's in a herd of buffaloes, or does it attack the buffalo that's by itself? Anybody? Buffalo that's by itself, yeah? Who does the shaitan attack? The sheep that's by itself, or the sheep that's in a group of sheep? The sheep that's by itself. So if we read our Salah at home, and we're close enough to the masjid, then we're like that sheep by itself. Shaitan's going to have an easy day with us. But if we come to the masjid, then Shaitan's going to have a problem now. What are we doing in the masjid, and we're praying with all the Muslims, it's going to be a problem for him. Yeah? So it's good coming to the masjid, that helps. The Prophet ﷺ said the first thing to be lifted up from this ummah will be Khushoo. Until you see no one who has Khushoo. Now you come to the masjid, and if you try to have a look at people, you can tell when somebody has Khushoo or somebody doesn't have Khushoo. Because the one who doesn't have Khushoo is always playing about with something, his clothes, his beard, bit of this. You can tell his limbs aren't in Khushoo. If his limbs aren't in Khushoo, it's a reflection of what his heart is doing. But the person who has Khushoo is the one who's still. Maybe he's really still, maybe he's shaking. The birds could sit on his head. In the time of the Sahaba, in the time of the Sahaba, the people, they would be so still in their Salah. In one narration, it's mentioned the masjid half collapsed behind him, and he hadn't even realized, because he was so into his prayer. There's many stories like this we get, because their Salah is at another level. We want to make our Salah like theirs. And the person who prayed badly, in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, he was told, repeat your prayer again. Then he repeated the prayer, he was told, do it again. And then he was told, do it again, as far as I know, 3 times. And what was he doing? Why was he told again and again, you have not prayed, go and pray again? Why was he told again and again to pray? Because he was reading too quick. So Ibn al-Qayyim, the scholar, he mentioned, and this is scary now, okay, I'm going to read this inshallah. He said when it comes to the prayer, people are of 5 levels. So this, with his understanding of Islam, he deduced that when the people pray, they can be separated into 5 categories. The first category is, he says the first is the level of the one who wrongs himself and is negligent. He does not do wudu properly, or pray at the right time, or make sure he does all the necessary parts of the prayer. What I want you to do is imagine which one of these are you currently. Okay, this is the first type of person. Second type is the one who observes the outward essentials of the prayer. He prays on time, he does wudu, but he has lost the battle against his own self and is overwhelmed with waswas. So that's category number 2. Number 3, the third one is the one who observes the outwardly essentials of the prayer. He prays on time, he does wudu, also strives against his own self and against the waswas, the whispers. But he is preoccupied with this struggle against his enemy, lest he steal from his prayer. So he's engaged in salah and jihad at the same time. A person says Allahu Akbar, and now he's fighting shaitan. The football comes, and now he's saying, no, I need to concentrate on Allah. And after a bit, something else comes, and he's fighting that. He keeps on fighting and fighting, all the way until Imam says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is that sort of person, number 3. Number 4, the fourth is the one who, when he stands up for prayer, he fulfills all the requirements of the prayer, and his heart is fully focused and alert lest he omit anything, and his concern is to do with the prayer properly and perfectly. His heart is deeply immersed in his prayer and worship of his Lord. So again, a question, are we there, or is that somewhere we need to be? The 5th is the one who does all of that, but he takes his heart and places it before his Lord, looking at his Lord with his heart and focusing on him, filled with love and adoration, as if he is actually seeing him. That waswas and those thoughts diminish, and the barriers between him and his Lord are lifted. The difference between the prayer of this person and the prayer of anyone else is greater than the difference between the heaven and the earth. When this person prays, he is preoccupied with his Lord and content with him. This sort of person, he actually looks forward to the next salah. He actually enjoys the salah. Look what Ibn al-Qayyim said. So number one, the person who is negligent, he said the first type is punishable. So he's actually reading his salah and he's getting sin for it. He's getting sin for his salah. The second one, he is accountable. His outward essentials were fine, but he's lost the battle with his own self. Maybe he's just not even concentrating. He's not even trying to concentrate. So he says the second is accountable. And then the third, the one who is fighting and struggling to concentrate, and then he loses, then he wins the next one, loses the next one, wins the next one. He's in that fight. He's not counted as a sinner. There's no mention of reward yet. According to Ibn al-Qayyim, there's no mention of reward yet. The third one is not counted as a sinner. And my sort of request for yourselves is we need to be at least number 3. At least, because we're trying, we're struggling. Meaning, what I'm trying to convey to you today is we need to have that effort. I'm not saying become scholars overnight. I'm not that myself. But I'm saying, let's say Allahu Akbar and let's try at least. Just these days of Ramadan are never going to come again in our life. Not these ones anyway. If we live till next year, then there'll be another set if we live till next year. And we know Ramadan is more blessing, etc. When somebody goes to Masjid al-Haram to do Umrah or Hajj, and he tells me he's going, I know the reward for praying one Salah in Masjid al-Haram is, anybody know? 100,000. 100,000, can you imagine? That's a massive number. 100,000 for one Salah in Masjid al-Haram. But when the people go there, I tell them, make sure you concentrate, because you're not going to get it otherwise. You say Allahu Akbar and you're thinking about Watchdale and whatever you were doing in school. Yes, I'm missing school, I'm missing the holidays, fantastic. There's no reward happening there. It's got to be with concentration. Then you start getting the 100,000. And even the 27 times reward in the masjid, it's not coming just for saying Allahu Akbar and thinking about PlayStation. By the way, I like PlayStation more than Xbox. That's why I'm always mentioning PlayStation. Okay, so we're not going to get the reward just like that. It has to be with the. So I'm saying at least we need to be Allahu Akbar. I need to try on this one. Let's try. And we lose the battle, and then we try the next rak'ah. We lose and we try, and we keep on doing that. At least it's better than saying Allahu Akbar and going to sleep. So, but he said, this person is not counted as a sinner. Number 4, the fourth one is rewarded. And the person is really, giving it a good go. He's concentrating on his salah and everything's going good. Ibn al-Qayyim was mentioning, that's when the reward actually starts. And then the 5th one, I'm not going to read the 5th one, but he's doing a really good job. We need to aim to be number 5. But the minimum should be number 3 at least, that we are trying and struggling. Because you don't all of a sudden automatic gain 100% Khushoo in the salah. It's a process. Many people, it's a process. You try, get better and better. Like what happens when you want to do bodybuilding? Any bodybuilders here? A few maybe. What happens? You pick that massive dumbbell or that big weight, and it's a struggle. You don't just all of a sudden become Arnold Schwarzenegger champion, do you? Except it's a film. Okay. What happens normally? You have to struggle and work, and it's hard, and people give up and leave it, while others struggle and try, and then they start getting better and better, and soon those weights are simple and they move on to the next stage. So our salah may be like that. We need to start on a level 3 and then try to get to level 5. So that's what I wanted to mention about the Khushoo, that we need to try to do something, to get our Khushoo high, especially in this month of Ramadan. It's much easier concentrating. The masjids are full. The shaitan is chained. So it's much easier, and everybody will maybe testify, it's much easier to be a good Muslim in Ramadan than it is outside Ramadan. So this is the month where we can get that turbo boost on. Let's get our salah to a high level, so when Eid comes, at least we're somewhere. At least our salah is somewhere. And one of the best ways we can sort of concentrate in salah is to know the meaning of the salah. So I'm going to now speak about the meaning of the salah. Each word I'm going to try to break it down. Not going to go deep into it, just general, word to word. And for those who have studied Arabic or not, I'll try to give you something so you can take home with you. If most of you know Urdu, I'll try to connect it to Urdu where I can. It may just be 1 or 2 words that you pick up from here, but because of that, you read your salah and it turns on, it's always a switch for you and you turn on. Okay, so Allah Akbar. We know Allah. Okay, Allah is the name of Allah. And they say Allah comes from Al-Ilah, the God. Okay, Alif Lam, when you see Alif Lam in front of any word in Arabic, generally it means the. Okay, so anyway, Allah is His name, Allah. Okay, Allahu Akbar. So Akbar, you know Kabir, anybody know the word Kabir? Kabir means big, doesn't it? Okay, so it's the same word in Arabic. Allahu Akbar. But here, Akbar means greater or greatest. Allah is greater than that football match. Allah is greater than that thing we were, the enjoyment we were having. And Allah is the greatest. There's nothing greater than Allah. And before we stand to pray to Allah, one thing we can think about is the greatness of Allah. The fact that He has created everything. And there's a hadith, the rough meaning, I'll tell you the hadith, inshallah. Allah Ta'ala, He knows, He's so knowledgeable, okay? He knows everything. But this hadith breaks it down. Allah knows everything that was, everything that is, and everything that will be, and how it will be. And Allah knows everything that wasn't. And Allah knows what would have happened if what didn't happen, happened. Think about that. Allah knows everything that was, everything that is. Allah knows the heart of the ant. Allah knows what's going on in the butterfly. Allah Ta'ala knows what's going on in all the ants and all the, whatever movement there is in the earth, whatever is happening to that leaf, not even a leaf moves except with Allah's permission. The problem that spider is facing today, whatever it is, maybe he's come back and his web is destroyed. Now he's got a problem, a mission to make a new web. He's going to be tired. Allah knows his feelings. Allah knows what's going on to everything. Even that by itself is mind-boggling, right? And Allah knows everything that will be and how it will be. Allah knows if we're going to be in the Jannah or we're going to be in the Jahannam. Inshallah, we're going to be in the Jannah. May Allah give us Jannatul Firdaus. Allah knows how the people in Jannah will be, how long they will be relaxing, how long they will be chilling, how long they will go and meet Abu Bakr, how long they will go and meet the Prophet ﷺ, how long they will go and meet this person, how long they will do. Allah knows everything. And Allah knows what hasn't happened and what if. Allah knows everything that was, everything that is, and everything that will be and how it will be. Allah knows everything that wasn't, and Allah knows what would have happened if what didn't happen happened. So everything that didn't happen, Allah knows what would have happened if that happened. And can you imagine now who we're praying in front of, who we're praying to? And there's another one, just before I start, is when somebody decays and dies. When somebody dies, what's going to happen to us? We're going to be put in the grave. The shuhada are preserved, but the others get put into the grave, and the prophets are preserved. The others get put into the grave, and then the ants come and the insects come and they start eating that person, eating him up, and he becomes into dust. And then that insect goes over there, and that part of you is inside the insect. And that insect goes there and gets eaten by a bird. And that part of you goes inside that bird. That bird gets eaten by something else. Now part of you is in that bird, and part of you is on the floor, and part of you is over there, all over the place. Allah knows where each and every single atom of us is spread all over. Allah knows all that. So we're praying to Him. This is subhanallah. Okay, so we're praying to Allah. Somebody might just think about the grandness of Allah, the greatness of Allah, and then just become really humble, and be happy he's got the privilege to pray to this Creator. Not everybody has the ability to pray. Half the people don't even believe in Allah, and the others that do, they worship Isa alayhi salam as well. We're in a super privileged position. So Allah is the greatest. He's greater than anything. Subhanaka Allahumma. So Subhanaka, for those who know Arabic, that ka is the ka of you. Allah Ta'ala is not male, He's not female, but He refers to Himself in the male terminology. So if I say to a brother, Kayfa haluka, is that ka we're looking at here, okay? Subhanaka. So Subhanaka, Subhanallah. What Subhanaka means, there's one translation which is quite common. Allah is free from all evil. Allah is free from all evil. Imam al-Ghazali, what he said about this, he said, that's like an insult. It's nearly like an insult saying that. Allah is so free. He's so free from any deficiency. He's so perfect. Not even saying he's not deficient. It's like, he was saying it's like nearly an insult. He's so far removed from any, he's so perfect. That's what Allah is. He's so perfect. There's nothing wrong with Allah. Yeah? So Subhanaka, glory, just translate here as glory be to you. Okay? If you want to write the words down next to, if you want to write the English next to the word, then go ahead, you have the paper. Allahumma is like saying Ya Allah. Allahumma means O Allah. So glorified are you, O Allah. Wow, what does wow mean in Arabic? And, okay? So if you didn't know what wow means, write it down. Wow means and, okay? Bihamdika. See, bihamdika is 3 words in here. Ba is 1 word, hamd is 1 word, ka is another word. Okay, so in Arabic you get, I think it's maybe the only language that does this, maybe Sheikh Usmaan can confirm. It's the only language that actually combines words inside 1 word. So bihamdika is 3 words. Bi means with, hamd is praise, and ka is you. Because it's that same ka, haluka, it's that same ka, okay? So it translates here as you are glorified, O Allah, and praised. Okay, so praise belongs to you. What means? And tabaraka. Again, it's 2 words here. Tabara is 1 word, ka is another word, okay? You know what baraka means? Baraka? Everybody knows what baraka means, blessing, yeah? So it's that same word from that word, okay? Tabaraka means, and blessed are you. Okay, and blessed are you. Okay, the literal meaning. And then you have ismuka here. When somebody asks your name, when you tell them you study in Arabic, what's the first thing they say to you? Or what do I say? What's the first thing I say to people? Ma ismuka, okay? Ma ismuka. What does ma ismuka mean? What is your name? If you say it to a girl, it'll be ma ismu ki. Fantastic, okay? So ma ismuka, so ism is name, it means name. Okay? So, and blessed is your name. Ismuka, your name. Okay? Tabarak ismuka, and blessed is your name. What? And ta'ala. Ta'ala, okay? What is ala in Arabic? Ala. Ala means on, isn't it, yeah? So the projector is ala, the bench. So ta'ala is from that word. Okay? Wa ta'ala, and exalted. Is it exalted here? Okay, wa ta'ala, and exalted. Jadduka. Jadduka means your. This is the your. The ka is your. And jadduka is majesty. And exalted is your majesty. Wa? And la. What does la mean?
No.
No. Okay, not. Okay, that's the lam with the alif, by the way, yeah? La. Like la ilaha illallah. There's no God except Allah, okay? Somebody tells you to do something and you don't want to do it, what do you say?
La.
La. Don't go home and say la to your parents, yeah? Okay? Say na'am to them, okay? What la means, not, it's negation, okay? So, wa la ilaha, and there is no ilah. What's ilah? God. There is no God, ghayruka, other than ka. You. Other than you, okay? So if you think about this dua, we're exalting Allah already, and what should it do to us? Make us even smaller and lower. We're in the gear, we're in the right gear then. There's other dua we can read as well, but we'll just do this one. So a'udhu. So a'udhu means I seek refuge, okay? This many times you see this it's talking about me. I'm doing this thing, like, okay? So a'udhu. If it was we, it'd be na'udhu. We hear na'udhu sometimes as well, yeah? The noon, that makes it into we. But is just I. So a'udhu, I seek refuge. Who with?
With Allah.
Allah. So it's 2 words there, okay? Allah and a bi. The bi has many meanings, 17 or 19, I forgot which one. Okay? It has many meanings. But bi most commonly means with. Okay? So I seek refuge with Allah. Min. What does min mean? From. Okay? Ash-shaytan. So ash-shaytan starts off with alif lam. So what does that tell you?
Is.
The. Okay? Alif lam in front of a word, most of the time it means the. So from the shaytan. If the alif lam wasn't there, then it translates as from a shaytan. Okay? But because al is there, it's from the shaytan. Okay? We know shaytan. Okay? Ar-rajim. Ar-rajim. What's alif lam mean? The rejected. Okay? So I seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan, the rejected. Literally, okay? So the rejected shaitan, okay? So we asking Allah already to help us, because there's a devil called Khindab, and he's continually trying to take us away from our salah. Bismillah. So what is bi? And ism, 2 words, okay? Bi means?
With.
With, excellent. And ism means?
Name.
Name. You used Arabic before, yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic, very good. Okay, so bi means with, and ism means name. So, okay, translate sometimes as in the name of Allah, but I prefer with the name of Allah. Okay, so with the name of Allah, Ar-Rahman. What does Alif Lam tell us? The Rahman, okay? Rahman means the most merciful. Ar-Rahim. Alif Lam means? The Rahim, okay? The bestower of mercy. Different translations for this. One is the most merciful, the especially merciful. Okay, so we're asking Allah now, we're coming into the Salah now, okay? What do I say about Alif Lam? What does it mean? The. Well, sometimes it means all. Okay, so here it means all hamd, all praise. Lillah. So Lillah is two words. Allah, but what's coming before it? Li. Okay? Li and Allah joined together makes Lillah. Now Li means for. Okay? For. So I said Lil Masjid means for the Masjid. Lillah means for Allah. Okay? So Lillah, all praise, Lillah is for Allah. Why? Why is all praise for Allah? Because He is Rabb. What's Rabb mean? Lord. He sustains everything. He makes things work. He raises us up. He protects us. He looks after us. He sustains. He is the Lord of Al-Alameen. How many words are in Al-Alameen?
3.
3. So you've got here. Al is one. Alam is another. Een is the third. So Al means the. Alam means world. And Een means plural. Worlds. It makes it plural. Many times in Arabic, a waw and a noon, and a ya and a noon, it makes the word plural. If I say kadhib means, I don't know why I thought of kadhib. What's kadhib mean? Liar. Kadhibeen is liars. Kadhibun is also liars. So whenever we see een or a sadiqeen means many sadiqs. Yeah? Whenever we see an een or a in the Quran, most of the time, in fact maybe all the time, it's pluralizing the word. It's making it into plural. Okay? So Alameen is the worlds. So all praise is for Allah, Lord of the worlds. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, we've done that.
The most merciful is
Okay, the most merciful, the bestower of mercy. We've done this one. Maliki Yawmiddin. So Maliki means master, okay? So owner. Somebody is a Malik of a shop. What is he? He's an owner. But also you can say Maliki Yawmiddin.
Lord. King.
Yes. Fantastic. So Malik means owner and Malik means king. You see, you got Queen Elizabeth. She's what? She's a queen. But she doesn't own this masjid, does she? She doesn't own that extension cable. Yeah? Not PC, but that camera, yeah? She doesn't own that. She's a queen, but she's not the owner of these things. And then sometimes you get a person who's an owner, but he's not a king. But Allah Ta'ala, He's the owner and the king. He is a king of us and He's the owner of us. He owns everything. So we're praying to Him. So Maliki, master, owner, Yawm. What's Yawm mean? Day, okay? Yawmul Jumu'ah, Yawmul Hajj, Yawmul Eid, isn't it? Yeah, so it's 28 days away yet, but Yawmul Eid. Okay? So Maliki, owner of the day, Ad-Din, the day of judgment basically. Okay? The day of judgment. So He owns the day of judgment. Iyaka. So Iyaka means only you. Only you. Na'budu. Okay, so Iya is basically two words again. Iya and then Ka. So Na'budu is how many words? 2. The Noon and the Abada. Okay? Na'budu means we worship. A'budu means I worship. Na'budu means we worship. So indeed, so only you, we worship. Wow means Iyaka, you alone. Nasta'een.
We ask for help.
Okay, so Nasta'een again is three letters. The Noon makes it we. Plural. Okay, so Noon makes it we. Isti'ana means to seek help. And the Een makes it plural. So we've got two plurals going on here. Okay? Nasta'een means we ask for help. So only you we worship and only you we ask for help. Allah Ta'ala could have said Na'buduka. Na'buduka means we worship you. But with Na'buduka, it also can mean we worship you, but we worship somebody else as well. But Iyaka means only you, there's no one else. There's not the money, it's not my desires, it's not, I'm going to say somebody's name there, but it's not a superstar or anybody, it's only you we worship, it's only you we ask for help. Ihdina. Ihdina means guide us, 2 words. Ihdi means to guide, and na. Na means we. Ihdina, guide us, as-sirata, the path. Okay, the alif lam is the path, the straight. Okay, guide us to the path that is straight. What do you say in Urdu? Namaz, qaim karo. We do, don't we? Yeah, qaim. We know that word. It means establish, isn't it? So it's like mustaqim is straight path. I think it comes from the same word. Okay, qaim. Yeah. So guide us to the path that is straight, because we just praise Allah now. Now we're asking Him for what we want. Sirat al-ladhina, sirat, the path, al-ladhina, of those, okay? An'amta, you favoured. An'amta, I think it's connected, it sounds like, in'am, we say in'am, don't we, in Urdu? It's like, it's prize, isn't it? You were favoured. Maybe it's connected to that. An'amta, you favoured, okay? An'amta, the you part is here, ta. That ta, before it was ka, in the past tense it's the ta, okay? So the path of those, an'amta, you favoured, alayhim.
Not.
What's alayhim mean?
Not.
Nope.
Not at all.
Ala, so alayhim is 2 words, it's ala and him. Ala means on, him means them. Alayhim means on them, okay? So the path of those who you favoured on them, okay? Ghayri, not. Al-Maghdubi.
The.
Yes, Al-Maghdubi. The ones who your anger was upon. Okay? Maghdubi means those who Allah's anger was upon. So we don't want to be from those who Allah's anger was upon. Alayhim means
On them.
on them. Okay, on them. Wala and not. Ad-Daleen. Again, 3 words. Al, the. Dal means one who is astray. Een is plural. The ones that were astray. Okay, so we're asking Allah to make us not like those who were the Jews and those that were the Christians. Ameen. Allah accept our invocation. I'll go through the Salah without doing this next time. It'll just be translation. But I wanted to mention this hadith because this hadith, the beautiful hadith, and this is the one that currently turns me on in the Salah. This one, when you read this hadith, it's so beautiful. Look at this. Abu Hurairah said, radiyallahu anhu, and this, by the way, it's not in your notes. Okay, Abu Hurairah said, radiyallahu anhu, I heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, Allah has said. So it's a hadith Qudsi here. Okay, Allah says. Okay, I have divided prayer between myself and my servant into 2 halves, and my servant shall have what he has asked for. He asked for. When the servant says, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, so the green is Surah Al-Fatiha. The red is the reply that Allah gives. Okay, so the green, when we say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Allah says, my servant has praised me. Can you imagine? The one who I just talked about before, starting the Salah, the one who knows everything. He created us, He knows everything what's going on. You know, we're 1 pixel in the universe. You see those videos of someone zooming out, a camera zooming out of our Earth, and then it zooms out, and then you see a massive sun, and then that goes even smaller, you see another huge one, that goes small, you see another huge one. And you think, we're not even a pixel big in the universe. We're so insignificant, we're so small. But the Lord of the worlds responds to us. Actually, just imagine if, you know, the Queen, for example, and you sent her a message, and she actually on TV came and she replied to you on, you know, on TV, you'd be like, whoa, bring all your friends and Facebook and everything, everywhere going crazy, like for example, right? We're telling everyone, wouldn't we? Here, the Master of the universe, 5 times a day, when we say to him, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, he says, my servant has praised me. The next one, when he says, the most gracious Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Allah says, my servant has extolled me. Okay? My servant has extolled me or exalted me. And then when the person says, Malik Yawmiddin, Allah says, my servant has glorified me. On one occasion he said, my servant has submitted to my power. So when we read our Salah, when we say Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, when we stop, we're supposed to stop between the ayahs rather than in one go, finishing off like, we need to stop. And when we stop, think about what Allah is saying now. And then we say, Maliki Yawmiddin, think about what Allah is saying. And you automatically will be concentrating in your salah because you're thinking about what Allah is saying. So that little pause we have, just thinking there what Allah is saying. And the next one comes, thinking there what Allah is saying. And that should, Ibn al-Qayyim, you know what he said? He said, if our hearts weren't burdened with sin, we'd be flying out of joy because we know Allah Ta'ala mentions my servant, my servant, my servant. We'd be flying out of joy that the Lord of the universe is mentioning me, is replying to me. What a beautiful benefit. And that happens day in, day out when we pray our salah, if we do it properly. So this is a turn on for me, turns my switch on. Then the person says, you alone do we worship and you alone we ask for help. Allah says, this is between me and my servant shall have what he has asked for. So this is it now. He'll have whatever he asks for. So what do we ask for? It's the most important thing we can ask for. It's the most important thing we can have. It's not a car, is it? Okay, yeah. Okay, something, clever answer. Right, but something here, yeah? What is the most important thing we can ask for here in this life? Is it a car? Is it a good job? Is it good exams? Do we want a first class degree? Do we want a new PlayStation 5 that's not even out yet? What do we want? Guidance. It's the most important thing. Because a guidance will guarantee a person Jannah one day. Otherwise he's in the hellfire forever. So we ask Allah, guide us to the straight path, the path of those whom you have favoured, not of those who earn your anger, not of those who go astray. Allah says, this is for my servant, and my servant shall have what he has asked for. What a beautiful hadith. I'll continue with the translation now. I know it's a bit long. But I just want to mention a quick way, easy way to remember this. Because you say, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I forgot what Allah says. Yeah? Ar-Rahman Rahim, you don't remember, okay? So I want to give you a quick way to remember this, okay? What do you hang your clothes with on the washing line? Peg, okay? Think peg. When you say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, think peg. Because the first one is, my servant has praised me. The P is there, okay? Praised. My servant has exalted me. The E is there. This is how, you might think it's funny, this is how I remember it. Okay? And the last one, my servant has glorified me. So you see the P, you see the E, you see the G. Peg. So you remember now, inshallah, praised, exalted, glorified. You've got the three. After that, you know this middle line, that Allah is going to give you what you want. And then you just continue with the rest of it. So P-E-G, remember that, okay? If that's the only thing you learnt today, I think you've done something well. Okay? Because inshallah, when that salah comes, you know praise, exalted, glorified. Another one? Oops. Malfunction happening here. Okay, so Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, we've done that. So this is the surah where most people read. Qul means say. Huwa means he. Or he is, okay? Allah. Allah. Ahad means
one.
The one. Okay, so say he is Allah the one. Allah. As-Samad. So Allah As-Samad. Allah the self-sufficient. We should at least know the translation to this one. It's just, the cornerstone, one of the most important surahs in the Quran. They're all important. Okay, Lam Yalid. So he didn't beget. He wasn't born of him. So none was born of him. Walam yulad. Nor was he born of anyone. Okay? I can hear some fidget spinners now. Okay. So lam yalid walam yulad walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. And there is none. I'll just translate this one in one go. And there is none comparable unto him. Okay? There is no one like him. This differentiates our Islam from the Christians and the Jews and others who say, oh no, he's got a son, etc. Allahu Akbar. So if we're drifting off to, yes.
You know, in Qulawhat, in the Islamic studies, it says, say here when Allah is eternal absolute, none is born and none is anyone essentially not like him.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So Allahu Akbar, and some of the people say Allahu Akbar is a switch, like a switch. We've gone off now into Barbados, and we say, yeah, what do we say?
Allah.
So we say Allahu Akbar and brings us back to the Salah. Like Allah is greater than all of that. Get back to the Salah. So it's like a switch that's every time Allahu Akbar, get back to reality, get back to your Salah wherever you are, going. So Allah is the greatest. Subhana Rabbi al-Azim. Subhana, how perfect. Rabbi. What does Rabb mean? Rabb? Lord. And when you stick a ya, this one here, when you stick a ya at the end of a word, it makes it into my. So masjid means a masjid. If I say masjidi, it means my masjid. If I say qalam, qalam means pen. If I say qalami, it means my pen. Okay? So if I say PlayStation, it means a PlayStation. If I say PlayStation me, what does it mean? My PlayStation. Exactly. Okay? Right? So, Subhana, how perfect. Rabbi, my Lord. Rabb, my Lord. Okay? Rabbi is my Lord. Rabb is Lord. Rabbi is my Lord. Okay? So, Rabbi Yal Azim. Okay? The Supreme. Now, Azim is the Urdu word as well. Azim, isn't it? So we get out Sami Allahu liman hamida. Sami'a means
Allah.
to hear. Okay? And Allah, I'm going to go into the Arabic, okay? But Allah hears, okay? Allah hears liman, whom, hamidahu, who praises him. This who here, for the Arabic students, is the his, okay? So Allah hears the one who praises him. Rabbana, so Rabb is there again, Lord. Now this na here, what does that na do? Makes it into our. So Rabbana, our Lord. Laka, that's two words, la and ka. When the la comes like this, the fatha, it means for, and the ka is you. So for you, alhamd. Rabbana laka alhamd. All praise is for you. Now you might not heard this before. Hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fi. It's an additional dua you can do. Okay? If you don't do it, it doesn't matter, but if you do it, it means an abundant, beautiful, blessed praise. Once the Prophet ﷺ was praying his Salah, and somebody said, Hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fi. After Sami Allahu liman hamida, somebody said, Hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fi. And after the Salah finished, the Prophet ﷺ wanted to find out who said these words, who said these extra words. And then the Sahaba was made known. And the Prophet ﷺ said, I saw, I think it was 30 angels racing to write it down. Something like that it was. So it's such a good thing to have. It might be your Salah doesn't have this one dua, but because of Ramadan now, and you start learning this dua, and for the rest of your life you read this dua, and on the Day of Judgment, it might tilt it on the Day of Judgment. There'll be people on the Day of Judgment who will be good deeds here, bad deeds there, and they'll be exactly the same. Exactly the same. They'll go to a special place. They won't necessarily go into Jannah straight away. One more subhanallah could have done this. Just one more subhanallah would have done this. So just imagine we read this for the rest of our lifetime in all our salah, and it could on the Day of Judgment. It could make the difference between Jannah and Jahannam. It could make the difference between Jannat al-Firdaus and a lower Jannah. It could make a massive difference.
When do you say?
Sami after Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana lakal hamd, then hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fi. Okay? Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. Subhana Rabbi al-A'la, so we did Subhana before. Okay? How perfect, or glory. Rabbi, my Lord. Rabbi al-A'la. So A'la is the most high. So now we have sajda in the lowest position, the best position. Right? And in normal salah we can do our dua now in this. In Arabic we can do our dua in this position, okay? So Subhana Rabbi al-A'la. Glory be to Allah, my Lord, the most high. Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. Okay, so now we've done the sajda, Allahu Akbar. Now we're coming up in the middle. We're sitting down between the two sajdas. It's a time where we're doing nothing. Imams come up, we're resting, waiting for the next sajda to happen. In that time, just say this, Rabbi Filli from the hadith. Rabbi Filli, Rabbi Filli. It means, my Lord, Rabbi. The ya is actually taken off and it's denoted with that kasra. So Rabbi, my Lord, Igfilli, forgive me. My Lord, forgive me. What are we doing between two sajdas? Waiting for the next one. We're not doing anything. So I say, Rabbi Filli, it's free. It's not going to cost you anything, but it's going to add up on the Day of Judgment. Huh? Between the two sajdas. Rabbi Filli. Just twice. Rabbi Filli. Okay? Allahu Akbar. Subhana Rabbi al-A'la. We've done that. How perfect is my Lord, the Most High. Allahu Akbar. Allah is greatest. So at-tahiyatu. All compliments. Lillahi, for Allah. And the salah, the salawat, okay? And the prayers. Salah is prayer, isn't it? Salah. Okay? So, and the prayers. Wat tayyibatu, and good words, pure words. So all compliments are for Allah, and prayers and good words. As-salamu. Anybody don't know what as-salamu mean? I'm going to be really surprised. What as-salamu mean? The peace, okay? And the peace. Alayka, ala means on. Ka means you. Alayka means on you. So peace be on you. Ayyuha means like or. An-nabi, the prophet. So peace be on you, O prophet. Wa and rahmatullahi, the rahmah of Allah. Okay, the mercy of Allah. Wa barakatuhu, and His barakah and His blessings. Okay. As far as I know, that's right. As-salamu, peace. Alayna, ala means on, na means we. Alayna, on us. Wa ala, and ala on. Ibadillah. You know Abdullah? What does Abdullah mean?
Servant of Allah.
Sorry?
Servant of Allah.
Servant of Allah. Ibadillah means servants of Allah, plural. Yeah, there's no un and there's no een. It just means plural. Don't worry about that, yeah? Okay? So Ibadillah means servants of Allah. As-salihin. So again, there's three words here, okay? Alif Lam is one word. Salih is another one. Een is another one. So Al means the. Salih is good people, good person. And Een is plural, so the good people. The, what does it say here? Righteous slaves of Allah. Okay? Sorry, yeah. Then we say this, that we should all know word for word. It's our testification of Iman. We say we're Muslim. You know, somebody says, I'm a football fan. Okay, then name me the captain of Man United. You don't know. What sort of football fan are you? If you don't know the captain of your team. So what sort of Muslim are we if we don't even know what the Shahada means? What sort of Muslim are we if we don't know what the pillars of Islam are? Okay, so Ashhadu, I bear witness. Ashhadu means I bear witness. And that, la, not, ilaha, so no God. Illa means except, Allah, wa, and ashhadu, same word, and I bear witness, anna, that, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, abduhu, so it's abd, you see it's two words again here, abd means slave, who means his, okay, we see a who at the end of a word, it generally means his, so abduhu, his abd, his slave, wa, and rasul, messenger, who, his, okay. Allahumma is like Ya Allah, means Oh Allah. Salli, send prayers. Ala, on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa ala, and on Ali. Ali means family of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kama in Arabic means this ka. Many times it means like. Yeah, laysa kamithlihi shay. Okay, kadhalik. For example, we've seen those words. Dhalika means. Come on, some Arabic students. Dhalika means that, Sheikh. Okay? So what's kadhalika mean? So ka means like, and dhalika means that. Kadhalika means like that. Okay? So kama means like what? So like, sallayta, you sent prayers, ala on Ibrahim, wa ala, and on Ali, family, Ibrahim, or Ibrahim. Innaka, innaka is two words, inna and ka. Inna means indeed, inshallah. And ka means you. So indeed you, Hamidum Majid. You are indeed worthy of praise, full of glory. Now this one is the same as the previous one, but it's barik. Okay, so oh Allah, you know the word barakah, yeah? Bless, send blessings, ala Muhammad, on Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, wa ala, and on Ali Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, from the family of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Kama, like what? Like barakta, you sent blessings, ala Ibrahim, on Ibrahim, wa ala, and on Ali Ibrahim, the family of Ibrahim. Innaka means?
Indeed.
Indeed. Inna means indeed. Good. Innaka, indeed you, Hamidun Majid, worthy of praise, full of glory. So, whatever, if you don't know Arabic, just try to learn some of the words so it can help you turn on in the salah. Allahumma means, O Allah. Inni, so inni is inna and a ya joined together. What's inna mean? Indeed. And the ya means me. So what's inna inni mean? Indeed me. So O Allah, indeed I, a'udhu, I seek refuge. Bika, bi means with, ka is you, with you. I seek refuge with you. Min means from. Azab, we all know what azab means, punishment. Al-qabr, the qabr, grave. Wa, and min, from. Azabi, punishment. Jahannam, what's Jahannam? Hellfire. Wa min, and from. Fitna. What's fitna mean? Fitna means problem, trial, doesn't it? Yeah. And there's a word. The word, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong. But the word, where the word fitna comes from, fitna is a process. When you get the blacksmith, he gets the metal. What does he do to the metal? Sticks it in the fire until it becomes red hot, and then brings it out and he smashes it with a hammer, smashes it, and then what does he do? Back in the fire, another fitna, another trial. And it comes out again, gives it a smash, gives it a smash, gives it a smash. That's what's happening to us in fitna. We're going in the fire, we're coming out, we're getting smashed about, we're getting beaten up, we're getting in our mind, some people even physically, right? We're undergoing problem and trial. And then we go back in the fire for another one, come out, smash, smash. What happens in the end? We're a sharp, shiny sword. Yeah? We're worth something now. We can do stuff. And we're hardened as well, we're trained, we're ready. That's what fitna does to us. Under trial, under problems, we come out of those trials stronger than we were before the trial. So it's a process of making us stronger. So we're asking Allah to save us from the trial of mahya and mamat. Mahya is haya, life, okay, the life, and mamat, maut, and death, okay. From the trials of the living and dying. Wa min, and from. Sharri means evil. Fitna, problem, trial. Masih Dajjal, Messiah, or the false one, Ad-Dajjal. Okay, so we see Allah's protection from this. So this is a dua from the hadith we can do. Another one we can do. By the way, this time, after the Durood Sharif, we can do any dua from the Quran and Sunnah. Okay, so this is just some of them. Okay, I'll do Rabbi Jani as well, inshallah. So Allahumma, this is another beautiful one, and it's quite easy for the people who just basically know Arabic. It's quite easy. Allahumma, O Allah. Inni, indeed I, zalamtu. You know, if somebody's done something bad, what do you call him? Zalim, yeah? Don't say it at home, okay? It sounds even worse in Urdu, yeah? But zalim is somebody who does zulm, okay? It's the same word, zulm. Zalamtu means I wronged. Nafsi, nafs means soul. The yah makes it me. So I wronged myself. So look, there's three me's here. Oh Allah, indeed I, that's the emphasis itself. Indeed I. Zalamtu means I wronged, and nafsi means me. So there's two emphases there, yeah? Indeed I wronged. Nafsi, myself. Zulman kathiran, with an oppression, that is a lot. Kathir means a lot. Okay? You know Ibn Kathir? You know Ibn Kathir? Yeah? Did he have a lot of knowledge or a bit of knowledge? A lot of knowledge. So Kathir means, it's just a way to remember. Maybe a cheesy way to remember. Kathir means a lot, okay? So I've wronged myself a lot, and have we not wronged ourselves a lot? We maybe haven't even concentrated in our salah, all our salah. And we're asking Allah that I've wronged myself a lot. وَلَا, and not يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ. غَفَرَ, غَفُور, forgiveness, yeah? Nobody forgives dhunub, sins, okay? إِلَّا anta, except. Anta means you. فَغْفِرْ لِي, so forgive me. So again, there's three words happening there. فَغْفِرْ لِي مَغْفِرَةً مِنْ عِنْدِكَ, out of your forgiveness. Okay. وَارْحَمْنِي, and have mercy on me. Warham, have mercy. Ni, me, have mercy on me. Innaka, inna, indeed. Ka, you, indeed you. Anta, you again. See, this is a double. Look what's happening here. Indeed is an emphasis, and then indeed you, and then you again. Right? So you don't get this in English. Translated in English is all flat and all stale, because you don't get these emphases happening. Okay, so innaka antal ghafurur rahim. Indeed, you are the of forgiving, most merciful. We can read this dua as well. Rabbi means my Lord. Why does it mean my Lord? Yeah, the B has a kasra there, yeah? You're doing some Arabic as well, of course, yeah. Okay, so Rabbi, my Lord, ij'alni. Ja'ala means to make. And you're saying, asking Allah, make me. Rabbi ij'alni, make me. Muqim as-salati, meaning established in the prayer. Make me established in the prayer. And this is very important for those who have children. Wa min. Don't move that. Just moving the thing. So Abdul Ghani, my brother's name, not my son, his name. Okay. So, Rabbi Ja'alni muqima salati wa min dhurriyati, and my children. We're not asking Allah just to make us established in the salah, it's our children as well. And I was reading somewhere there was a sister and she was having problems trying to get her children to establish, to read the salah. So she's just started reading this dua and they started. Allah's the one who makes it happen. We ask Allah. Allah wants us to ask Him. You know, Allah wants us to ask Him, subhanAllah, what Allah. وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِي, and my children. رَبَّنَا, our Lord. Na is our, okay? رَبَّنَا, our Lord. تَقَبَّل دُعَاء. تَقَبَّل. For those people who got married, what did you say when you got married? Qabul, yeah? Yeah? Qabul, it's the same word. Okay? But change a bit. تَقَبَّل, accept dua, the invocation, the dua. رَبَّنَا, our Lord. اغْفِرْ لِي, what a beautiful dua. رَبَّنَا اغْفِرْ لِي, forgive me. وَلِوَالِدَيَّ, and my parents. وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and the believers. Yeah, literally, and for believers. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 words happening there. Okay, and the believers, yawma, okay, on the day, yaqum al-hisab, when the reckoning will be established. So a beautiful dua for our parents. There's a hadith, there's a person in Jannah, it may be a person in Jannah, he's been raised his ranks, and he'll be saying that, what's happening here, what's going on, how come I'm going really high? And he'll be told that it's a pious child doing dua for you. So don't forget our parents, you know, this is a dua for our parents, wali walidayya. They may have passed away, if not, they're going to pass away one day. If we keep this in our salah, in our du'as, then we're constantly doing dua for our parents, then teach that to your children, and then there'll be a dua for you all the time as well. Last one, I think. Just make sure it is last one. Yeah, it's last slide. Yeah. So Rabbana, what does Rabbana mean? Our Lord. Atina, give us. So this na here means our. Look, it's there again. Atina, give us. Our Lord, give us. Fi means in. Ad-dunya means the world. Hasana. Hasana. Easy way to remember Hasana is, Hasan is a name of my son as well. It means good. It's going to have a good meaning. Okay, Hasan means good. Okay, so Hasana, give. Rabbana, our Lord, give us in this world, in the world, good. Wafi, and in al-akhirati, the akhirah, the afterlife, hasana, good. Waqina, and save who?
Us.
Na, us. Azab an-nar, punishment of the fire. Assalamu alaikum. So assalam, peace. Alaikum means on you all. Actually means on you all. When you see to Islam brother and say Assalamu alaikum, it means peace be on you all. And the scholars say Islam and the angels as well. So just saying literally, individually, Assalamu alayka, that means peace be on you. Assalamu alaikum means peace be on you all. Okay, wa rahmatullah, and the mercy of Allah. So that was the salah, and that's pretty much the end. I think that's the last slide. This is something else, Quranic Arabic class sort of end slide. But the thing is, I want to mention that this is it now. Inshallah, it's ended. Jazakallah khair for your time. Just want to mention, we have the most of Ramadan is still ahead of us. And let's not let this Ramadan, now we know the reward of the people the different levels of reward of the people. Let's not be of those people who say Allahu Akbar, and then we're thinking about our work, we're thinking about this, because zero reward. In Ramadan for one salah, zero reward. In fact, maybe even punishment. Can we tolerate that? Do we want that? Does anybody get a degree by getting 10% in his exams? Doesn't happen, never happens. We have to be getting 90 to 100% at least, or we need to be aiming there at least. If we aim at 100, maybe we'll get 70 and 60, etc. It's better than nothing. let's use this, because I'm telling you, it's much easier in Ramadan. Once Ramadan goes, I'm telling you, it's a mission again. In Ramadan, the shaitan is, the devils are chained. It's much easier to perform your worship. It's much easier to concentrate in your salah. I'm telling you, because I'm doing these talks, I feel hypocritical myself, so I have to try harder myself. Come Ramadan, I'm telling you, first day of Ramadan is much easier. I felt like a switch, it's like a step change. Before Ramadan you're struggling. Ramadan comes like, wow, this is easy. Yeah? Ramadan is the time to start. Once you get a lot of methodology of how you try to do it, and then you try to keep that for the rest of the months. So let's try to do something before, this could be our last Ramadan as well. And the next salah, this salah, the next salah could be our last salah as well. Let's try to make our salah thinking, bearing in mind, this is my last salah, thinking who I'm praying to, and then trying to sort of match the words up and try to concentrate on the words, and it helps. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to concentrate on our salah.